Hey, Evan here, and just as you probably all love, I get to review another new movie this time. So yeah, I know I've been a little slacking a bit on videos, but hey, once I see a new movie every now and then, I like to talk about it. So yeah, this time it's going to be on Alien Romulus. So the plot of this movie is 2 decades after the events of the first Alien movie. A group of young astronomers tried to investigate the wreckage of the space station that was destroyed at the end of the first Alien movie, and it doesn't really go so well because their ship also comes across some aliens that are being hatched, and they scatter along the ship trying to fight off these creatures and try to return home while still completing the mission of investigating the ship and having to survive through space despite the fact that it's their first time and they really are unsure about, so they have to fight off all the aliens, and that's pretty much it. It's just them fighting against aliens like you'd want from one of these movies. Yeah, I thought this movie was really fun. I really had a fun time with this. That like I said, this is set after the first Alien movie. It's set between Alien and Aliens, and those are the only two Alien movies I've ever seen. So that was good enough for me for to be interested in this, and I really liked it. I think it definitely had had a good it was a good representation of what the first Alien movie kind of tried to be. Although this one, I think, amped up the horror aspect a little bit because I I know a lot of people consider the first Alien to be a horror movie, and I don't know if that was the intention. I don't know if Ridley Scott intended for it to be a horror movie, but I kind of more thought of it as just a sci-fi film. Like maybe it's because I don't think the ideas of aliens are really that scary. But then again, I still consider Nope a horror film because, well, it is. But because Alien was kind of a slow burn. I mean, it is a good movie, but let's be real. It was more about thrills than a kill count. This one, I think, really amps it up. It's it definitely takes the first Alien movie and kind of modernizes it a bit, even though it's yeah, it is set in the distant future. I guess I shouldn't call it modernized, but I think um I think it really gets the whole horror aspect done because this whole movie there's for this movie's pretty low budget, so they don't really have much to work with. It's all more so set just in this one space station. So I think this really worked as a horror film because there's danger around every corner. There's all these aliens all around these young scientists and explorers. So and they're like in their all of them are like in their early 20s or something. Like they're very young. They're like around my age probably. But it was I think that really added to the thrills because of the fact that they're not really experienced with the whole um, concept of discovering space and being around a bunch of weird alien creatures and objects and such. So the fact that they don't really know what to do in this situation kind of does make it a bit more thrilling. And you do get some pretty good kills in this. So I definitely think when it comes to the scares, this movie does it the best of all the alien movies. Well, the ones that I've seen. I haven't seen any of the others yet besides the first two, but I do really try to give them props for trying to make this movie scary instead of just feeling derivative of the first Alien. I mean, I guess in some ways it does kind of feel a bit like the first Alien about how it's just about a group of scientists exploring, something in space and then an alien comes and they gotta defeat it. I get, but this one, it's a bit more fast paced and there's a lot more thrills and there's a really big atmosphere and you do get a lot of good kills. Like I think, well, there were kills on the first Alien movie. The only one that really stood out was the alien that came out of the dude's chest. And yeah, they do replicate that scene uh, in one scene. Actually, like a lot of few times you see like aliens coming out of people, and like it's pretty gross. And that's what I like in an alien horror movie. I like seeing all these nasty creatures do like really terrible things to people, and even all the actors. Like I said, they're really good for their age, for younger. I mean, Isabella Moner is in this, and she's good in basically anything she's in. She's really talented for her age, and I think this is no exception. I think she did really good here. Like you can really feel the fear on them. You can really feel that they really hate being surrounded by these aliens, and they really want to survive, and they really hate seeing others die around them. Like because they're so young and they're not used to seeing, like I said, they're not experienced with seeing people die in a really critical mission. So I really think casting some young people really worked with this kind of movie. I know like younger scientists and explorers in an alien movie seems weird, but I think it adds to the scariness factor a little bit. And even for the budget, I think it still really worked because I mean, I apparently read after I saw the movie, I was like, I wonder what the budget is. It was only $80 million, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, the effects were really good. I think a lot of them were just practical, and the practical effects are still really good. I think all the aliens were done really well, but most of the movie just has the same location. You just explore around the space station, the space shuttle, and that's really it. You just kind of see them go around. So I think for the little they have, that kind of does make it a little scarier because you're thinking they're in a little space shuttle far away from the planet, and who knows if they're ever going to make it back home in time. So I think that really adds to the intensity of it. And all the characters, even when there's not, the scare factor, I think all the actors work really well off each other. And it's about group dynamics under pressure. And I think that really helps with a lot of the a lot of conflict when it comes to movies about younger people, about how they don't have they don't have huge jobs, but they do try to work together. And so there's a lot of good um, aspects of teamwork and trying to survive and learning about courage. Even though, yeah, there is definitely a lot of kills in this movie. Well, not maybe not a lot because there isn't that many characters, but you do see some good kills, and there's definitely some pretty scary moments. I mean, I wasn't scared, but like, I mean, I think it definitely, like I said, compared to the first two, this movie was pretty scary and felt more like a horror movie. And I really had a fun time with it. So far, I'd say this might be one of my favorite movies of the summer, or maybe even the year in general. So, I don't, that'll probably change, but I really had a fun time with it and I really enjoyed it. So if you love the first Alien movie, I think if you particularly love the first Alien movie, I think you'll enjoy this, even though you'll probably think it's a little derivative of the first. But it really kind of modernizes the whole story of Alien and makes it more scarier. And even though it does have a pretty low budget, you can feel the intensity. And it's if you want something more action focused like Aliens, even though Aliens was more of an action movie than a horror film, but this movie does have some good action, even though it's not really the focus and it doesn't really happen until the climax. But I think both ways it works. As someone who loves thrills and also action, you get a good balance of both, and I think it really works. I mean, it as good as either two? Yeah, it might be on par with the first Alien. I mean, I know it sounds a little biased because Aliens is one of my favorite action movies. So, but I still like the first. And I think this movie, it's probably on par with the first, even though it's a little more faster paced, like I said, and it really gives you a lot of good thrills. And it's definitely for a horror fan, I definitely like that they amped up the fear factor in this, and it felt scary. So yeah, Alien Romulus. I really enjoyed this one. It was a good movie to see right before summer ends. Although I think summer already has ended. But anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, Alien Romulus. If you're an Alien fan, this is a good one to check out. The trailers they played before the movie. There was Speak No Evil. Yeah, I'm still kind of undecided. I mean, the plot seems a little, like I said, it doesn't really seem that original. Just a movie about new neighbors trying to invade a home. Like it doesn't really seem that gripping. But who knows? It might be fun. I mean, the acting seems fine. It might get it might have a few good thrills. Maybe they're just saving the good stuff for the actual movie, so maybe I'll just stream it. I don't know. I don't know why. Mufasa the Lion King. I saw a trailer for Mufasa the Lion King before Alien Romulus. Yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, I did like the Lion King remake. I mean, then again, I haven't seen it since theaters, so maybe that will change. But I remember really liking it. So maybe this one might be good. The animation still is the CGI is still fantastic. I think it looks really good, but I don't know. Maybe I might see it. Maybe or if it's around like I don't know January or something, and like I have nothing to see, maybe I'll see it. But who knows? There was Captain America: Brave New World. Yeah, I'm thinking about this one. It could have potential. I like that they're trying to bring back that whole aspect of what makes Captain America so good about um the world and politics and action of the Marvel universe to the big screen. Like I definitely get some Winter Soldier vibes from this about how it's more of like a spy modern day war film. So it could have potential. I mean, I hate that they spoiled Red Hulk in the trailer, but yeah, whatever. What can you do? Uh, so maybe this one might be good. I mean, maybe it could suck, but I don't know. Maybe it might have potential. I mean, I absolutely love Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought it was the best MCU movie in a really, really long time. So maybe this could follow and it might be good. And what's that movie called? It's the Bob Dylan biopic. I have heard of some of Bob Dylan's music, and he's good. I mean, he's not really my style, but I don't I don't dislike Bob Dylan. Like his songs, like they're okay, but they're not stuff I would regularly listen to. But this one maybe could be interesting. I mean, I'm not really hugely into Bob Dylan, so I don't know if this one would really appeal to me that much. But James Mangold's directing it, the director of the only two good Wolverine movies, and I know he's done some other stuff like Walk the Line and Ford vs. Ferrari. So maybe this might be good. I might just stream it because, like I said, I'm not like that devoted of a Bob Dylan fan. But maybe if it's on streaming or maybe if it's on digital for a cheap price, I might rent it. But I guess we'll see what happens. So, yeah, Alien Romulus, it's actually quite good. I mean, I don't think it's fantastic. Like, it's not aliens. Well, I mean, duh, it's aliens. It's so you can't expect it to be that good. But I really enjoyed this one. If I think if you're definitely more of a fan of the first Alien, you would like it. I mean, I do like the first Alien. I think this one might be on par. I did really like it, and it captures that magic again without feeling like a rehash of the same movie. So I applauded for that, even though Ridley Scott didn't come back to do this one. But the direction was still really good, and I think for the third Alien movie I've ever seen, because I've only seen the first two, like I said, I think it could have been a lot worse. So I definitely enjoyed myself with this one. So yeah, hopefully I get to review more stuff soon. I know I've really been lazy and slacking with the channel, but hey, I got other stuff to do in my life. So, but yeah, take care.